Dumoulin takes a look. Deflected, scores! Letang! Could you script it any better than this?
Pitch it to Najee Harris. Harris sidesteps, gets to the sideline. Najee Harris dives for the pylon. Touchdown, Steelers!
I think I expected anything less.
That's unbelievable. It is absolutely incredible.
Welcome to another live edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline in the BPTV studio. 5100 West Library Avenue, the municipal building in downtown Bethel Park. Oh, they got me mixed up on a camera. I'm so used to looking left. Mike and I had a discussion. Change is good. Let me hold it. Oh,
there you go.
Okay. I can see now.
I can hold your head this way if you prefer.
Get a hook. Get a hook. Oh, I'm good now. Here. Okay,
right, boy.
Thanks for watching us on Facebook. We're still holding our numbers there. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. We enjoy the interaction on Facebook, so we'll keep doing that. And I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. Smoking Jim Frazier is there. Nick Callis took Chip Hayner's place in the table. He's at the Bucco game tonight. Go Buccos. Mike Rohde's the relief pitcher coming in tonight. So we're about ready to do our show. We got our promos. Check out our promos. I have an Alzheimer's third annual Alan Levine, the Talking Machine Alzheimer's Telethon. Thanks, Nick. I needed that. I was glancing specifically. My mom died 1988, 55 years old, August 17th. Mark your calendar, August 16th, 3 o'clock to 6 p.m. We'll be doing it right here in the studio. All are welcome. I got a link up on Facebook. We'll have links that you can just donate there. If I have 6,700 plus friends, if they just donate $1, no complaints from me. If you don't, donate what you can afford to do. I know times are tough and prices are going up and maybe some prices are going down, so I'm not here to argue politically. I just want donations to help others. We raised almost $2,000 in 2 years. And that helps other people that may have Alzheimer's or help prevent people from getting it, healthy eating and other things, exercise, you name it, and they even have medicines that can delay it. So check that out. You'll see it pop up. Promos in 10 seconds.
My name is Nicholas Callis, and this is the Bethel Park Minute. Join the Bethel Park Police this Tuesday for their annual National Night Out event from 6 to 8 p.m. at Miners Memorial Park. There will be food trucks and a lot of activities for the entire family. Celebrate National Farmers Market Week at the award-winning Bethel Park Farmers Market this week from 3 to 7 p.m. in South Park on Corrigan Drive next to the ice rink. Bethel Park Recreation invites you to the End of Summer Bash this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Simmons Park. There will be a lot of activities for the whole family. And this week's Dean Streeter concert features the Pittsburgh Banjo Club, and it will take place at the Community Center at 2:30 p.m. this Sunday. Admission is free, but donations to the Bethel Park Community Foundation are appreciated. My name is Nicholas Callis, and this has been the Bethel Park Minute.
Frank Fanera, owner of Olive Oil's Pizzeria and the Hillcrest Shopping Center on Route 88. Call them at 412-831-1900. Every Tuesday night, Olive Oil's Pizzeria provides the host and the amazing volunteer crew with an XL pepperoni pizza and a full steak hoagie. They are delicious. Olive Oils is proud to support Pittsburgh Sportsline and the volunteers at BPTV. Stay Joey strong. Joey Fabus died at 8 years old of brain cancer known as DIPG. Since then, the family has come together with community members to create the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit. Since being founded, they've raised over $100,000. Go to jfccf.org to learn more about DIPG, to help spread awareness, and to see how else you can support and donate towards the fight against this dreaded brain cancer. Always Be Smiling, a 501c3 designed to help children and families in need of kidney transplants. The B stands for Bennett, whose memory is embedded in this organization by his parents, Kristen and Dean. Despite the challenges he faced in his 16 and a half years of life, Bennett always had a smile on his face and spread kindness to everyone he could. Now, Always Be Smiling wants to pass on that kindness. Go to alwaysbesmiling.org to learn more and see how you can support or donate to this organization. The Bethel Park Community Foundation has money for you. I'm Al Levine, trustee on the board of this great organization. The BPCF focuses on raising money to provide scholarships, grants, endowments, and more. Grant requests are available online from $100 to $5,000. You can also attend fundraisers or donate. Go to bpcf.org to get more information and to stay up to date on upcoming events. The Bethel Park Community Foundation, focusing community resources, building for the future. The Bethel Park Historical Society is a 501c3 that serves Bethel Park. The Historical Society operates out of the Schoolhouse Arts and History Center, located at 2600 South Park Road. Look for the red and white trolley right out front. Reginald's Coffee is inside, and I've heard it's the best coffee around. To visit this great historical venue, email historicalsocietybp@gmail.com. All right, I'm looking at the right camera. I see myself. Thank you, Michael, Nick. Thanks for watching those promos. Mark your calendar. August 16th. This is one of my most dear to my heart fundraisers, and it honors my mother, Gloria, and I have a picture on the flyer of her at 22 years old, so check that out. All right. What's on your mind, Smokin' Jim Frazier?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine, and if you want the green, you got to see Levine. I tell you what, man, you guys could probably relate to this, everybody except for Nick. Growing up, the greatest thing in Cincinnati was WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Lonnie Anderson.
Wasn't she beautiful?
Oh, beautiful. At first, we lost Anna Nicole Smith. Al Levine, the talking machine. We got to keep Kim Kardashian healthy and safe. Ain't Kim Kardashian the most beautiful thing?
No.
Still living?
No. No, she's not.
Just go to her thing.
Well, Al Levine.
I'll take Mae West and Dolly Parton ahead of her.
He said still living.
I heard of Dolly Parton.
Dolly's
No, I
still
know.
living.
Yeah.
I
had to throw Mae West in to throw him off. Dolly Parton's still alive. Tell me she's not beauty at almost 80 years old.
That was my crush. She was just too nice. She's just so nice. And
She was a country girl. That's why.
Okay.
She was brought up that way.
Those nice people,
But
so
hey,
terrible.
hey, Al Levine, the talking machine. I tell you what, man.
What?
I got to take my hat off to John New Smith, who's having a great football camp. Deshaun Elliott and Patrick Queen. Those are the ones that showing a little fire. Al Levine, the talking machine. I always look for, if you're a defensive, offensive lineman, you should be fighting in camp. Al Levine, the talking machine. Everybody that was anybody fought in camp. These guys are Pittsburgh Steelers.
Tell me some old Steelers that fought in camp.
Mean Joe Green, Jack Lambert. We can go on and on. Greg Lloyd.
You mean like
James
physically
Harrison.
fighting each other?
Yeah, you fight in
Getting
camp.
mad at each other? Oh.
Yeah, you fight. You beat the heck out of each other, like Bill Romanowski and Al Lalzado and all those great guys. Listen, Al Levine, the talking machine, I said all along that the Pittsburgh Steelers' goal should not be this year, Mike, and you play football. It should not be to win the Super Bowl. Your number one goal should not be to make the playoffs. Your number one goal should not be to have a winning season. Your number one goal should be to stop Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry embarrassed you 3 times last year. Al Levine, the talking machine. You should be breaking the huddle, Derrick Henry. Al Levine, the talking machine. What did the Pittsburgh Steelers do after they got blitzed by Earl Campbell the first time? The next time, Donnie Shell put him out of the game. Pittsburgh always played well against Jimmy Brown and Larry Zonka and those guys. Al Levine, the talking machine, if they don't know how to stop Derrick Henry, the best way to stop a running back is 7 guys hit him on play action fake. Al Levine, the talking, there's no blocking. You should be dumping him on his head. I don't care if Jackson throws 6 or 7 touchdown passes. Derrick Henry's not going to beat us. He's not going to embarrass the Pittsburgh Steelers. I want to see a little bit of fire out of the highest paid defense in NFL history, and that's what's on my mind. Hand up here in the rear.
Hey, Smokin', I appreciate you getting historical with Jimmy Brown and others and maybe early Steelers. They took care of business on the field, but they didn't get the W's that they started getting in '72. So if you want to revert back to the 50s, I'm all for you with having a good defense knocking
O.J.
people out.
Simpson ran for 1,000 yards in one game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, including 94 yards. He didn't do that again. Al Levine, the talking machine. You don't recently. What did Kevin Mack and those guys do? What did Ickey Woods do after the first time he ran on the Steelers? Al Levine, the talking machine. You got the.
I got to get the stick.
And Mike will tell you, there's a mentality you got to have.
Who will tell you?
To play, Mikey. You might.
Will you?
There's a mentality you got to have to play defense. Al Levine, the talking machine. And the most disrespectful thing to a defense is somebody to move you off the ball against your will and run it down your throat.
Let me throw you another one at you.
There you go.
They overcoached it in the playoff game. How many times did you see T.J. Watt crashing down?
Good point.
Right, and not going after. And I was in the first quarter. They kept doing it over and over and over again. I'm like, this is a high school defense.
Yeah.
I think that shows how desperate they were to contain the guy. Because you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Great point. See what Mike said?
That's why.
See
why they
what
drafted
Mike says?
defensive linemen.
That's why I trusted you.
Because those defensive linemen they had could not stop a thing. All they had to do was not go towards Hayward, and it was home free.
And other than Black, it looked like they have not upgraded.
Another
Harmon
thing is,
showing me nothing.
like T.J. Watt was coming down from one side. What do you think about moving him around?
Well, that's what they're going to do this year.
Right. No.
That's what they're saying.
There's 108 million reasons why T.J. Watt ain't moving. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's the fastest ever to 100 sacks.
It was broke. Everybody figured out how to just triple team block
They
him at
triple
the end
team
of the year.
him now.
Well, other people got to make plays.
They didn't.
They aren't.
If this
and
man
they didn't,
right here,
and they finished 0-5.
Ding, ding.
Hey,
This side's against that side.
Whoa, I didn't pick a side.
You're with us. Come on over.
If Elvin Bethea right here, a Hall of Famer, is getting triple teamed, I should be able to make plays.
You should, and they didn't.
They didn't, so they got to step up.
And that's why they drafted Jack Sawyer, and that's why they drafted.
So you make
your
your defense weaker by moving T.J. Watt around.
I don't see how you make him weaker.
He's a strong. His strong suit is rushing from where he's rushing.
You guys,
Jack Sawyer is a brick house, by the way.
For $41 million a year, that guy should be able to rush from the moon. Okay? From out in Section 517. I don't want to hear more how he's limited here and limited there. Not for $41 million a year.
Hold it, wait.
He had better be played from under the ground.
Settle down a little.
But being the second
he
fastest
should sell drinks if they need him.
Being the second fastest to 100 sacks, you're going to take Shaquille O'Neal from under the basket and make him a 3-point shooter?
We're talking.
If it ain't broke, why fix it?
Hey,
if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Combat
If
Zone.
it ain't broke, why
We're
fix it?
talking football.
Yeah, right. If T.J. Watt's already signed, why sign him again, right? I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
He ain't moving to 108 million. They owe him.
Hold it,
He got guaranteed contract.
Jim.
He got power.
On this side,
White power.
on this side, we believe he should be moved. And I have an important question for you, and I played center.
Yes, sir.
If you put T.J. Watt as a nose tackle on me, he'd knock the quarterback out all the time, and I block low. He would jump right over me.
T.J. Watt?
Did I stutter?
I don't know.
Did I stutter?
No.
So you think he should be moved in those
Right
spots?
on the center.
Right on the
You
center?
don't need any bulk. What did Troy Polamalu do?
He ain't Troy.
He did it three,
That's
four.
that's what made Troy special.
No,
That's what made Troy
he
special.
even went over the center to get quarterbacks.
Cornell Lake
sometimes.
didn't do that, and he was great.
Oh,
Donnie Shell didn't
I'm
do that.
talking-
He played the same position as
Cornell
Troy.
Lake played
Troy was
quarterback
great.
one year.
Yeah.
Cornell Lake played quarterback one year.
Yeah,
Two years
he
ago.
was
TJ
great, and he was a
Watt.
linebacker
Just
for
saying.
4 years.
Mark-
at
At UCLA.
and his uncle played
All
for
right,
Farrell.
we got to move
Midland.
on
His
because he
uncle
wants to
played for
bring
Midland,
history
yeah.
out and distract you.
The 1965 Midland team that won state
yes,
championship.
I believe T.J. Watt should be a yard off the center and look at every offense scheming to block him. How do you put 3 blockers on him when you got 1 blocker in front of you?
He's just as good as Lawrence Taylor, and Lawrence Taylor never had to move. Again,
These
if
are
T.J.
different.
Watt was black, you guys wouldn't be having this
I'd be saying he
conversation.
should have moved sooner like
gotta
Micah
move.
Parsons.
Huh?
He should have been like Micah.
Micah ain't as good as T.J. Watt.
He's
He's
right
going to make
knocking.
$1 million more. He's going to make
Yeah,
40
he-
million
he's
more.
He's only
that's all
26.
you
I
guys
don't want
care
him on
about.
my team.
I'll take him
I want you to
yesterday.
shut up and pitch.
Guess what? I did pitch, and now I'm talking.
I'm talking about Paul Skeens. Shut
No.
up and pitch.
You
We're
just
not,
are
you
you
can't
just
mix.
is
You
your,
can't
uh,
distract us from football.
your mind's just a receptacle of years and names today. I
I
mean,
know.
for no reason.
Well,
1965 Midland. Paul Skeens. Shut up and pitch. You're just saying that.
well, here's what we decided. This side of the table, and maybe Nick,
Gateway.
believe that TJ should be moved.
If you wait, you all right.
And I say put TJ on the center and watch what
I'm
happens.
glad they didn't move Lambert to outside linebacker. Where would we be?
Guess what? He was a legendary middle linebacker.
So is TJ. And TJ's better than Lambert.
Didn't they win Super Bowls though when they moved?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. Yeah. How
Yeah,
many Super Bowls have the
what's-
Steelers won with TJ Watt?
What's TJ?
Come on, numbers. You know the answer to this.
How many
How
playoff
many?
games?
How many? Same number they won when Ernie Stotler, whose number was retired 50 years before Mean Joe Green's.
And tell me how many that is. Say the number.
Ernie Stotler.
Say the number.
Ernie never
It's
even
zero.
made the playoffs.
It's zero. They
Great
haven't won
is
it.
great. Whether you make the playoffs,
All
TJ
right.
and Ernie Stotler was the 2 greatest
we
Steelers
went,
of all time.
let's-
Maybe Big Daddy Lipscomb.
Because Smoking Jim wore my hat and stuff, I let him go on a little extra. So we may have to mute him the rest of the show because he threw distraction after distraction with historical facts. That
Michael
have
knows
yet
how to
be
use a-
fact-checked.
Michael knows how to use a mute button.
Yeah,
He's
we're
got
getting
the weapons
close.
back there.
We're getting close to that mute, but hold it. One thing will help, guys. It's time to eat a steak hoagie and eat pizza.
Are you gonna feel better after eating that? You're like, look, there's no volunteers today. You get the whole thing. Look at you.
Marco Rodi.
Save me a piece of that. It looks good.
Marco Rodi couldn't make it. Hi, guys. Enjoying your show, watching the Pirates playing MLB, the show, and eating a Giant Eagle muffin I packed. we salute you. Way to go, Marco. Ann Harder, great night. Chief McElroy's watching. Ralph Williams, hello, guys. Our friend Robert DeGabriel. I sure met a good man when we became friends in 2013. Yes, sir. Bob, it's been a great time knowing you. I'm proud of your work. Plus, shout out and hello and out to Smokin' Jim. Yeah, he was a great photographer. Jessica Lee was from Upper Peninsula in Michigan. Smokin' doesn't even know where that is. He's a Detroit baseball, hockey fan, and basketball. So
You ever heard of the Youpers?
he always
Upper
liked our
Peninsula?
sports
No.
here. And Tony from Chick-fil-A, Smoking Jim talking some sense when it comes to those Steelers.
Thank you, Tony.
Tony from Chick-fil-A, come on, you saved them. I was ready to hold the hook on them. Almost got them, but eat your hoagie. It's really good. The steak's really good tonight. They got extra pieces on there. All right, Nick Callis, what's on your mind?
I got to tell you, I feel refreshed. Went to Tampa this weekend, right? My cousin's daughter turned 1. Got to go down there with my nephew, who's less than 1 by a lot. He's 3 months old.
Whoa.
He's got blue eyes. He got the strong O'Toole genes in there. That's
There
why.
you go, mixing it up from Greek to Irish.
My mom's maiden name, yeah. So O'Toole, yes. But went down there. My sister, girlfriend, my mom all went down. All did fun stuff. I got on the flight. It was like 9:15. We got on the flight. very excited before I had to put my phone in airplane mode. Saw the Pirates scoring a bunch of runs.
Oh,
Right, they were up 9-0 on Friday, right to the Rockies. The Rockies had 28 wins before the series started. They were 28-81.
not too shabby.
I mean, I flew down to Tampa. It was a 2-hour flight. Turned my phone back on. Joe Starkey from The Fan tweets out, "Holy bird milk," or "Holy ostrich milk." He said something. I said, "Joe never tweets. Why is he saying this? Something happened." I'm like, "What happened?" So then I checked, the notifications started popping up. Rockies trail by 1. And then guy hits a walk-off, Pirates lose. In a less than 2-hour flight to Tampa, the Pirates blew it to the
Tell them
worst
how
team
many
in
runs the
baseball.
Pirates had and lost.
They had 16. It's like the offense did its job. The offense is like WTF. Like,
And what happened to the pitching?
All the criticism. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened to the pitching. The starting pitching was like fine, and then the bullpen was like, "Look at us, we're gonna ruin it for
Well,
everyone."
Didn't Skeens have a 4-0 lead?
That was Saturday.
Oh, the
he
other
pitched on
day,
Saturday.
yeah.
Yeah, Friday. I
I'm
forget.
getting it confused.
It
with
was.
these
I think
losses.
it was Heaney. Heaney, I think, started on Friday, and it's a good thing that the Pirates didn't trade him because he's great. Which is a shame. I mean, have we talked about the trade deadline yet? That didn't happen the last show. No. Oh, that's a disaster. We're going to talk about that. My mind's scrambled. There's a lot of events going on. Vacation's got me a little bit of melted brain, but I did want to share that story because
Well, you were in Florida. It's
I did want to share that story because that was one of the most hilarious things to happen to me and to the Pirates. I think if you just
all in
accumulate
2 hours. Yeah.
if you accumulate everything that's happened this season, like the Pirates single-handedly got the Colorado Rockies to 30 wins. Like they did it. Like they didn't have to do that. The Rockies might have salvaged the game. They'd have been at 29. The Pirates blew 2 games in that series. I mean, it was uncanny, but it's hilarious. And if you accumulate everything that's happened this season, just continuing to pile on the accolades of like the Clemente logo being replaced with an advertisement, the guy falling off the Clemente wall, which is no good, the Bucco Bricks debacle where they just
by the
threw
way,
the bricks away. Hold on, I'm not done yet.
Whoa,
Let me just finish
this
the
is
list.
important.
I just want
You'll
to keep emphasizing what's going on. So you got all that.
Security guy.
Don't forget about Dennis Santana smacking a fan from the bullpen. Don't forget about the usher that whipped the fan after they got into an altercation. Don't forget that David Bednar got traded for the Yankees prospects, which literally only one has like half made it in the majors of the last 5 years that of trades that Ben Cherington's made with the Yankees as general manager of the Pirates. And then this happens. The Pirates twice, 2 days.
And wait, don't forget
days.
the
No,
general
I'm not done
manager saying, we
Oh.
actually thought we had higher-rated guys, but we decided to go this other route.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
He admitted that
For
in front of
2026.
God country.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing. I mean, I got an opinion segment on the Pirates too because for some reason we can't stop talking about them, even though that they're no good. But I mean, just if you're not entertained by this Pirates season, like I get it, they're not good. But this is a special season. Like this season, this 2025 season is special, and there's no World Series out there that a team could achieve that could make fans feel like Pittsburgh fans have felt this season. It's a unique type of feeling. It's not a great one, but are they not an interesting baseball team? I mean, again, if you've checked the statistics about how good they are at pitching, you'd be like, wow, I mean, this team should be like a playoff team. And then you just check their offense and it's no good. And yet when the offense scores 16, it ain't enough. It's a feeling that no other fan base can have, and I just want you out there to appreciate it, right? If you're going to appreciate one thing about Pirates baseball, that's what you need to do. No other fan base feels like Pittsburgh. We are in a perpetual hell that is, in Major League Baseball.
2 points now.
So, but just, I mean, I think that when a season's this bad, like you can be frustrated. Like the last couple seasons were frustrating for the Pirates because you felt like they could have done more. And then, a combination of managerial decisions, bad acquisitions at the trade deadline kind of made you think like, okay, maybe they're not going to do it. They're gonna fail. This season's special because they started out poorly, and then all of these off the field distractions, mixed with some terrible play on the field, have just created, what's the word? This surreal sense of
Good word. Good
wow,
two
this
word.
is. I mean, it's reality. Like this is what we're living in. Like move over everybody else that's good, or move over like generally bad teams. Like this is bleeping bad, and it's ugly, and it's like a train wreck. You can't look away. It's interesting. So take that, I guess, for what it's worth. Take that for what it's worth as you continue to follow the Pirates this season, if you choose to. Camp's, kind of getting slow. We got, speculation still. There's not a whole lot you can deduce from camp, before they actually start playing meaningful games, which we're not going to get for another month. But football's coming around. But while you're, still kind of warming yourselves up to football season, just remember that the Pirates are special. Okay, what's up?
I can't appreciate the Pirates. I actually think back to the 1950s when they were so terrible, and I think, how did they feel about that? They had the best home run hitter, and then he got traded.
But can you not appreciate everything that's happened this season?
No.
That has made this season particularly terrible. I'm not even sitting here pleading hey, this team is great.
It's kind of like
this team has hope.
Infamous instead of famous.
Right? That's the right word. Infamous is the right word. There's nothing about this season that is good. Not a thing.
It is its own spectacle.
Spectacle is a good word.
I'll put a word in, notorious, which is negative.
No, notorious can be positive. Yeah, positive connotation. But.
No, they're notorious in their play.
Notorious denotes some sort of competency, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're notorious.
Yeah, they are.
Like the notorious.
No, they're notorious.
Yeah,
incompetent.
They're notorious because of their incompetence and their leadership.
Notorious, notable.
Notoriously bad.
A group of note.
In a negative, in a negative way. I can go.
It could be.
No, in my opinion.
Notorious has a more positive connotation.
You said appreciate.
I like the word infamous.
So, in my opinion, they're notorious because of their incompetency.
We have been devolved to adjectives about the Pirates.
And their inept ability.
Inept's a good word.
Their inept ability to trade the leading reliever with 17 saves in a row for nothing. And then the comment by Charrington is, we're looking to improve in 2026. So that means you gave up on 2025.
I wonder where they're looking, though. I mean, they can't be looking in the light.
They didn't look in the light.
I kind of fumbled.
Nick was so depressed on the radio Monday.
I almost cried. I was in tears. It's terrible.
Did you appreciate that?
No.
Okay, I'm not appreciating that.
No.
I got him.
You know what? Actually,
I got him.
I lied. In the moment, I didn't appreciate it, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm just in the reality, we can't control this. It's so bad. And I cannot emphasize enough, and I kind of fumbled through my words when I said it at first. I'll just say.
Go ahead.
I believe Ben Charrington has acquired 12 Yankees prospects since he's been general manager of the Pirates. And a player has played at half of the level of major league competency of the 12. So that he got a half of a player right.
Right.
In the 12 players or so that he acquired in trades with the Yankees.
Yeah, but you guys missed.
Why would you trade with the Yankees at all? There's no reason to do that.
Here's why.
Their prospects never pan out. It really feels like they never do.
With my opinion, we're a feeder system for the Yankees, and we're doing what Nutting wants.
Hoy Park, Diego Castillo.
Wait, what did Nutting save on salaries? $15 million?
Going in the next year with all the guys that are leaving, he's down
don't forget
$42 million.
Yeah.
He's my hero.
Hey, don't forget the reports.
Sarcastically.
Don't forget the reports out there that they're losing money.
Well, then fold.
You know who's putting it out
Rather
there?
be nothing, because they'll never even be like.
All right, you know what? I gotta tell you, you guys know DK Pittsburgh Sports. I hate talking about this guy because I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like the writing that they do. I don't like how they're managed.
I like Noah Howell.
Noah Howell is great. Noah Howell's gotten a lot of publicity from one of the newspapers here. But the DK Pittsburgh Sports, they came up with a press release. They're like, yeah, we're not covering the Pirates anymore this season. And then days later went back and were like, we're going to cover them. They're the ones that broke the story with the Pirates. They're the ones that broke the story that they were losing money.
That's
the dumbest thing.
They're worth $1 billion.
Yes.
Yeah.
No chance they're losing money. Wow. No chance they're losing money.
I'm not saying
they were losing. No, I'm not saying you. But I'm saying who's ever reporting that is they don't deserve any sort of credibility in the media. If they're losing money and someone could get $1 billion for them, it would already happen.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
End of story. I don't want to hear anybody, because you know what? If I could see Steinbrenner rode the Yankees back in the 90s into almost losing money.
Yeah.
because he was so obsessed with winning he didn't care. Like his own sons and board of directors
They
had to
stopped
pull him back.
Yeah.
No, he actually
Right?
got.
So
no,
it was his toy.
It was even worse. He got suspended by the league.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you get my point.
He was doing
But you get my point.
shady
They
business.
tried to stop
But you get my
him.
point. So this is not a nice toy for nutting. This is his cash cow.
Yeah.
And he's great, obviously, at hiding all this money he gets from other teams and saying it's baseball development. You know where it goes? Right into his private account in some West Virginia bank.
Good old R&D.
End of the day.
R&D. I've said
Research.
it before.
Research and development.
Oh, I wanted him to say it because I know you guys know.
There's
keep you engaged.
no accountability for that money. None.
Right.
No, it's tough, and that's a shame too. I mean, this has been a talking point around Major League Baseball for a while. Like owners don't have to open their books. I remember there was a local news outlet in Florida. Speaking of Florida, Miami Marlins owner at the time was interviewed, and he was like, "We don't have to open our books. What do I got to open my books for? You got to trust us." You know?
Exactly.
We built an aquarium as a backstop.
Right,
To the
and-
basement. You remember that aquarium,
Yeah.
Dad? As the backstop. Did you know about that?
Yeah.
I'll just show you videos of that. The Miami Marlins thought it was a good idea when they built their ballpark in 2012. There's an aquarium. There was a fish tank that was the backstop. You know behind home plate that stops the ball from going into the stands. Yeah, they had a fish tank instead of like a traditional backstop. There was just fish swimming. Unreal.
I remember
and
that.
And the guy's
they're-
like, "Oh,
and
we
they're
don't
losing
have
money.
We don't have to open our books." No.
Right. Well,
I mean, it is
that's
it
why
is
they're
ridiculous.
billionaires.
It's pretty ridiculous.
As Mike
sometimes.
talks, that's why they're billionaires and they don't report it. Why do they own these teams?
Yeah.
Why do they invest in anything?
Don't tell me. You've taught me. I've been doing the show for almost 5 years.
I know.
Money.
Right.
It's about the money.
Always. Always. Just like life is. Why do we work? Except for Smoking Jim. For the money. He's the only one I don't know his job. But, Ann Harder said, yuck on the Kardashians. And then, Nick, you brought up something. Chip's not with us, but he told me his seats are one row up from the Roberto Clemente wall.
That's good. That's how he's investing his money. That's all right.
And he said, I'm not drinking beer and falling out over the wall. That's what he told me on the phone call. So that was my update on that.
Well, thank goodness for Chip and all of his.
Okay, we'll go to
Can
Mark.
I mention one more thing? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I saw that it was Marco that mentioned he was playing MLB The Show.
Yeah.
I'm so excited because I recently bought one of the new portable gaming systems, so I can play video games from virtually anywhere.
Yes.
Like I don't have time as a grown man to sit in my house all the time and play games now. So like now it's cool to be able to do that. And I was thinking, since it's portable, I was wondering if there'd be a time where Al or Big Mike or even Chip or Smoking Jim, we could all be the general manager of the Pirates in the simulation and just see if we could do well or do a better job
and win some games.
and win some games and see if we can turn it around. Yeah.
We may do that.
Because there's a whole mode in the game where you can be the general manager, and there's GM contracts too, so you can get fired if you don't do a good job. So it's really cool. So I thought maybe we could just sit
Nick,
down
I
for an
wanted-
hour and just be the GM of the Pirates and roll through
here's
2 or
what
3
my,
seasons.
Here's what my first thought is. And after the show, the Pittsburgh Sportsline team will compete to be the GM of the Pirates.
No thanks.
And we'll just all make decisions. Why?
Can I draft Dominicans?
You can.
Okay.
You can in that game. You can draft
Anybody that
Dominicans,
wants to, it's voluntary.
I mean,
You don't have to stay. All right, Marco Rodi again. I told my dad I blame those losses on that ballpark having a history of giving up so many homers.
Good point, Marco. Good
What?
point.
Colorado.
oh yeah.
Marco again.
Wow.
Yankees are turning into the Pirates now, blowing games.
Yeah, they really aren't doing well.
Yeah,
Nick,
just think of
Nick
Bednar.
Rodi, Nick Rodi, Pittsburgh Sportsline crew looking great for the Rodis in Rochester. Thanks, Nick. Say hi to Peggy. Chief McElroy, right on the button, raging. Tony from
That's what I do.
Chick-fil-A. Pirates are a farm team for the MLB, hence why I said they're a feeder
Yeah.
for the Yankees. All right, we got that cleared out. What's on your mind, Mike Rodi?
Well, I'll tell you what, it is football season.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
excited.
Your time of year.
So naturally, I'm going to talk about baseball. And it's actually a pretty good segue what we were talking about before. And the reason I want to bring up baseball is because I'm sensing, finally, a small little light at the end of the tunnel. And I don't think it's a train. And it could just be revenue sharing. Salary cap, salary floor.
He teased about it, yeah.
The commissioner's starting to throw this out there, right? And he's kind of not really putting any stakes in the ground, of course, but he's getting out there and he's starting to feel about it. Here's the problem with it. Look at the other leagues. The NFL did it. Foresight 60 years ago.
Yeah,
right. They said
they're
they
great
didn't
at
have
it.
any money.
Yeah.
But they said looking forward, Green Bay has to be just as strong as the New York teams.
Yeah.
So great on Wellington Mara. That was an awesome call on his part. Talked everybody into sharing all their money in advance. The NHL had to do it. They didn't have any money. And they're like, nobody was going to any games because the Rangers and maybe a couple others are the only teams that had it. Everybody else was losing money.
Montreal.
Right? So like Rangers owners, you don't like it, sell the team. But this is what we're doing. The NBA kind of has, they put it together, I think in the 90s, like a soft cap. They got max player salaries.
Yeah.
Theirs is better, but the NBA, it's hard to judge them because they only have like 6-7 players per team that have any impact. So it's easy to create a super team.
Yeah, with 3
and
players.
And it's easy, exactly. So that's kind of all you need. And teams like, and it's a destination league, right? Everybody wants to play for the Lakers or the Celtics.
Yeah.
So teams like Orlando and Sacramento don't have a prayer.
Well,
But
Cleveland did it once or twice, and Miami
because
did it.
LeBron James wanted to go.
Right.
Exactly. So, but my point is, Major League
points.
Baseball, they with all the billions of dollars they're bringing in, you have to talk guys into sharing their money. Not this luxury tax anymore. We're talking about sharing their money. The Yankees have their own, the Yes Network, their own TV network. The LA Dodgers have their own TV networks. The Chicago Cubs, their own TV networks. In order for this to work, those teams are going to have to share their money, those owners. And you mentioned it a minute ago, billionaires become billionaires for a reason. They don't really like to just say, yeah, for the greater good, I'm going to go ahead, right? The other problem is the union, which I have no experience with unions. I know you do.
Yeah.
But, a union is supposed to put the greater good first. That's not a union in baseball. It's maybe a guild. Okay, they only care about.
Let me interrupt you. What it is, like my union was independent out of 11 unions, so we could take the bull by the horns and turn down contracts and force them because they needed unanimous contracts. With baseball, they use the unions to control the players to limit that a few get money and the others don't. That's a bad union.
Exactly.
Now
they want to make the most profitable players the happiest because the thinking is
but
that those
that's
players,
wrong.
It is wrong because
so it's not a union. That's my point.
No,
we're
agreeing. I'm just saying
here's what you have
why
to
they
call
do
it. Like we called it. There's bad unions. Like there's a local union here with a big market here. They're around in Bethel Park. Friends of mine were in that union, and I called it a paper union, even though I was a newspaper union. Paper union meant they did whatever the company wanted. Benefit-wise, wage-wise, working conditions. And that's what the players' union does with the NFL, and the MLB is like that too.
Well, the NFL, though, I'd argue they're more of a union because they do have that salary cap and salary floor, and the owners share. So it makes it possible. Greed's always there. I get it. But what I'm saying is that the way baseball works, you hit it on the head. They're worried about the Bryce Harpers of the world who went in there and swore at the commissioner right to his face.
Yeah.
What an absolute mindless clod that guy is.
Exactly.
He couldn't care less about his other union brethren. Couldn't care less as long as he gets his.
Right.
Right? So it's going to be very interesting to see. You've got a commissioner who's obviously floating this out there. He realizes what's going on.
Well, he's planting the seeds.
He sees it. Personally, I think they're going to get something. I think what's more important than a ceiling is a floor. That to me is much more important. A floor versus Yankees can spend whatever you want, but let's find some middle ground. So you've got teams guys like a situation that makes Bob Nutting pay.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to pay Bob, sell the team, get out. But you have to spend this amount of money. Now you're not going to hold a gun to his head if he doesn't have the money. But again, as I mentioned before, I think there's going to be a little bit more visibility and where this money, a little bit more accountability and where this money comes from instead of just saying, we're using it to develop players. And they have to have no proof whatsoever. That's all going to come around.
Right.
I don't think there's going to be a cap, but I do think there's going to be a salary floor. And, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think we're going to have baseball in 2027. I think it's going to be that ugly.
Yay!
I agree. I'd rather see, but I take that back.
I don't
think
like
there's
that.
going to be some serious threats for it, but there's too much money to be made.
They're going to start in
I
July.
think cooler heads will prevail, and it's going to have to be the owners staring down the players. But The commissioner has to get all the owners on board first and figuring out a way for those guys to, separate that money a little bit more evenly. So it'll be very interesting to see.
From what I'm hearing, I think that there's some hope among the owners. Like, there's a good chunk of owners that'd be okay with it, which is surprising.
Sure, the ones who get the money from the other guys.
It's just, it's just a shame.
4 teams.
I mean, it's just a shame that there's enough owners and players out there that are so focused on themselves, which isn't surprising. But I just think that that's the nature of baseball right now, where it's like, well,
it's any sport.
Well, we can, I get it. We can lose and we can still profit. We can still
you
lose.
think TJ Watt cares about winning? He couldn't care less about winning.
No.
And you know what? He wants his 41. He wants his $1 more than Myles Garrett. Micah Parsons wants $1 more than TJ Watt.
He'll get it.
Couldn't care less if they win or not. Couldn't care less.
Which is a shame.
Which is fine. I don't really care about that. But my point is, this money that's going to create that salary floor is not going to be money to be put in pockets, right? It's going to be you have to spend it. So it's not going to go into people like Nuttings and the Marlins owner. It's going to be, here, you now have it. Now you have to spend it.
Yeah, but here's what will have to happen. You have the 4 biggest ones getting $3-4 billion. Their money's going to have to be reduced.
Who? The players?
No, the teams.
It's going to have to.
Money,
Sure.
No, they're going to have to.
If you give somewhere, you got to take away somewhere else.
No, how you would negotiate is you got 26 other teams. Guess what? Now let them keep $1 billion, $2 billion, and take billions off them to split with the other 26 teams.
That's the problem. You can't take it. They're going to have to agree to it. They're going to have to be the Wellington Maras of the next generation.
No, they'll be outvoted because if a majority has to do it, or you got. If, say, you have 20 teams do it, then they can
I could be wrong, but I don't think a vote is going to make the Steinbrenners give away their money. I don't think that's the way that works.
Then you won't get a deal with the floor. Will be a fake floor.
I hear you.
That's what I think. Your plan
is
great, but to me, I fought the big man, and you got to take something off the big man.
Yeah.
If you don't do that,
you're right.
You can't equalize.
You got to. It always listen. Yeah. You want to give it. You want to give it to somebody. You got to take it away from somebody else.
Here's how it is for the top, and here's where it is for 26 teams.
Yeah.
How do you get up to here?
It'll be an interesting ride.
Well,
it won't. At the end of the day, though, it won't matter for the Pirates. They'll still figure out a way to screw it up.
No, it won't. All right, great points. Let's see. We got. Oh, Peggy Rohde said, "What a handsome panel." We missed you, Peggy. Thanks for your comment. What's on my mind? I got a little preseason talk, then we'll dig into it. And what I noticed is you're hearing some stuff about Aaron Rodgers. Then I heard about Howard not doing so well. Then I don't hear about Mason, but they're saying Howard has great potential. We don't think he'll play this year. Well, what happened to Mason, who knows the system pretty well and has had success here? You're not hearing much about him, but yet he's the backup. So our media is a little out of sync. Nick might know more about that, but that's what I hear being a layperson. And then one of my favorite players is named Frazier.
Yes, sir.
He's one of the top-rated centers.
Yes, sir.
And my senior year, I'll brag a little, I didn't fumble one snap with my quarterback. They sat him down after he couldn't snap the ball back on a couple series of plays.
I didn't know that.
So when you miss some of the media because you got sweeties, I just try to correct you on that. But that scares me, and I've worried about the offensive line because Broderick Jones, when does the media tell you how bad a guy is doing? Now, he wasn't a good left tackle, and Tomlin wants everybody to play every position on the line. And any of you played sports, you know footwork means so much with how you block, run, tackle. When you tell a guy that's a natural left tackle, even if he's not good, but they traded up to get him, and you put him at right tackle because the guy worked hard. He worked hard to get $82 million, and he kept Broderick Jones on the right side. Now he's struggling because he really can't block well, but now his footwork's messed up. Just watch him. Just take a look at what he's doing. So I believe he'll correct that by the time the season starts. And we'll see what happens with all the tight ends we have. Look at Jonnu that you're raving about. He had one good year last year, 88 catches and 884 yards. What did he do before that for 6 years? So if he reverts back to the mean and investing in stocks, that means the average price of what he did. We have questions. Aaron Rodgers will be 42. I always thought he had a 2-cent brain and all the spirituality. I appreciate it. 2-cent brain, one of the greatest athletic quarterbacks. Age catches up to everybody. What if it catches up to him sooner than later? Just saying. All right, what's going on with Fiction and Fact from Smokin' Jim's Almanac? 10 seconds.
The great Jimbo Covert was a left tackle at the University of Pittsburgh. They recruited Bill Fralick. Jackie Sherrill said Fralick's a left tackle. Jimbo Covert said, I ain't moving. Jackie Sherrill said, you either go to right tackle or you're off the team. He went there and was a 2-time All-American at right tackle and did the same thing. Either you're a player or you're not. Al Levine, the talking machine.
That's
going
one
back.
example.
I don't think Marco and Mikey was born in 1999. Not sure about Nick. But I used to go to the Soul Bowl every year, which was a game between Northwestern High School and Jackson High School in Miami, Florida. They used to play in the Orange Bowl, used to get 50,000 fans. I went there because they said a running back for Northwestern was better than Emmitt Smith, who was a living legend. I went there. His name was Torrey Cox. Almost left the game after the first quarter because this boy couldn't run. I said he ain't no running back. But I stayed. And they had this wide receiver that I kept looking at that had no scholarships, no name. Nobody knew who he was. After the game, I called It Ain't My Fault Walt Harris and said, Walt Harris, I got a wide receiver for you because they recruited Torrey Cox to be a running back. Pitt immediately moved him to D-back. They knew what I already knew. He couldn't run that ball. They recruited this. They had no scholarship. They ended up, somebody pulled out. They ended up giving him a scholarship for 2 reasons. One, because they had one available, and 2, they didn't want to lose Torrey Cox, who they thought was going to be the next Tony Dorsett, so they wanted to bring somebody in, a friend, right? End up having a meeting with Lateef Grimm's agent over lunch. You know, I always order first, Al, because they won't pay for it. They hear my opinion, they kick me out. Lateef Grimm already had 178 catches for Pitt. He was supposed to go late his junior year, late first round, mid second round. The agent said, and they thought he was going to win the Heisman. The agent said, what should he do? I said, if he was my player, I'd send him to the NFL. They said, well, he might be able to win the Blitnikoff Award or the Heisman. I said, the NFL never cares about a receiver that's not the best receiver on your team. He's like, who's better than him? I'm like, this freshman that's coming in by the name of Antonio Brown. Lateef Grimm goes back for his senior year. He had 39 catches and only 2 touchdowns. Antonio Brown that year, 68 catches, 1,300 yards, 19 yards a catch, 11 touchdowns. Lateef Grimm don't get drafted. He walked onto the Washington Redskins and never made it. Al Levine, the talking machine. All that from one game from a kid that never had a scholarship. It ain't my fault Walt Harris had the guts to give him a scholarship, and the rest is history. He was the 2nd greatest receiver in Pitt history, next to Larry Fitzgerald.
Steelers passed on him and took come on, through the touchdown pass.
Edwards.
No, through the touchdown.
Randall L. Plexico
Randall L.
And
who?
Antoine Randall L. They took Randall L. in the second round, and then the Cowboys took Bryant the next pick.
You're right.
Because I thought they were going to take Bryant for sure, the Steelers, and they took Randall L. Blew my mind.
Great assist.
Yeah.
You did well, Mike. All right, we're going to Nick VIP Callison, 10 seconds. Stadium.
Hi. Good to see you. All right. Baseball, no good. We established that. Baseball's in Pittsburgh is interesting in a not fun way. We established that. Smoking Jim said some more words.
Look, he's a sucker now.
Yeah.
He's a sucker.
Yeah, a lot of words, a lot of noise. I'm gonna make some noise now.
There's
too.
a distraction, a sucker.
I've saw some people get riled up over this report that came out yesterday that said that the Pirates were going to pursue an extension for Paul Skeens to try to buy out some of his free agent years. And I just want to mention this because I was wondering at first why everybody was so, like, it's like a hot topic. Like the Pirates, I talked about this earlier. The Pirates aren't going away. Like they're doing things to stay interesting. Again, it's not good interesting, but like it's interesting enough for like I would rather address this in training camp because it's something to consider. It's something that is that fascinates me, and it's gotten a lot of controversy among fans of the team or people who like to complain about the Pirates. It's an interesting concept, and I do want to say this: I didn't quite overreact to it because when you go through it logically, you think, okay, does Paul Skeens want to take lesser certain money now to, risk losing that in the future for like a mega deal? No, right. So that's the answer. The answer is no. So really, it's unlikely that it's that. And then you think, well, are the Pirates just saving up all this money so they can give Paul Skeens the mega deal on their own? No, right? So
thanks for letting me answer.
Those two things are unlikely, right? Like we're all pretty intelligent people, right? So we just think this through, right? Is that possible? No. Okay. So what exactly was said? Well, Dan Zangroli on The Fan was on Monday, and he said on the afternoon show, he said the Pirates are going to pursue this, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Right. It is going to be an uphill battle because I don't think they're going to pay.
Here's how uphill it'll
it's going to be Pittsburgh steep roads uphill.
Here's where it is.
It's going to be almost inversed backwards.
Yeah.
That's how steep it's going to be.
It's going to be a roller coaster.
Yeah, straight
It's going to be that. It's just we're going to go upside down and loop-de-loops, and then it'll eventually take you back to the beginning. There won't be an end.
No, it'll be below.
It'll
go below.
So look, I mean, if you're, we laugh about this because this is the thought process that you have to walk yourself through so that you don't overreact to the news that goes out there. Like the report's true. The Pirates are going to try to do that. They're going to try to open up the talks. I argued this morning when I talked about it and reacted to it that they should have done this not this year, maybe like a year before this year, right? Like I talk about all the times.
Well, last year would have been.
Like because when I talk to Chip on this show, right, he's always like, "Well, Nick, be patient." And this is part of the reason why you might not want to be patient because you get a guy like Paul Skeens who pans out, and you maybe could have signed him to like a giant deal while he was still in the minor leagues, like a couple other major league teams have done. And he'd actually work out for you, so maybe you can get him for an extra year or two. Of control before he then goes off and signs his mega deal. But no, you didn't do that. You waited until he established major league success. And once you establish major league success as a player, especially at the rate he's been doing things, you're not going to get that guy for cheap. You're not going to get that guy at a bargain. There's no bargains to be had with Paul Skeens.
Well, he came up in May, so their window was small.
Right. So what I'm saying is they should have signed him while he was in the minors, is my point. When he made his starts for Double-A Altoona Curve, they should have been actively pursuing the contract then, right? Waiting till now, not a good idea. So don't overreact to this news. The honest answer is probably they're going to pursue it. They're going to say, here's a number, and the Skeens representation is going to say, no. And then they're going to move on. Like, don't overreact to this. I mean, it's obvious. Anybody can think about this and kind of draw a logical conclusion that they're probably not going to come to terms with Paul Skeens. Don't let that news bother you. Again, they could pursue the idea. Smoking Jim could try to, hit a baseball. Smoking Jim could try to walk, every day, right?
He's just a sucker.
He could try. It doesn't mean
he's a sucker.
Right? Like it doesn't mean it's going to work out.
Look at that lollipop.
So I'm just saying, like we can all try things. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It doesn't mean that there's going to be some sort of guaranteed result.
Nick, you have one
anything.
impediment. Nutting.
Again, we all know this, though. You see what I'm saying? So when we think about, like, Al's a logical person. When you think about this logically, the obvious answer is it's probably not going to happen. Again, they can try, but that does not yield guaranteed results.
I'll tell you this. I wouldn't worry about it because no one thought there was even a blessed chance that they were going to sign Paul Skenes.
And I mean, you're piggybacking on the opinion. I'm
So,
literally telling you.
it's just-
I'm telling you.
But I guess that's
don't
the
worry
sad
about
part
it.
about it. It's like having no coherent thought that it's even a remote possibility.
Yeah.
There's more of a possibility that my car will sprout wings and fly me home than there is. That's what I'm saying. I have no confidence that's going to happen. I have the same level of confidence of the Pirates signing Paul Skenes. It's never even occurred to me that it's possible.
This side of the table concurs. We're going to go to Mike Ragin' Roadie time.
We're almost done.
And you got about a minute and 20
I just
seconds.
need a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we're pushed for time. I just want to say, obviously, got to talk a little bit about the Steelers because it's right around
go
the corner.
ahead. This is your forte.
Yeah, I just want to comment about everything we've been hearing about the defense and the offense, right? How the
Yeah.
defense is so far ahead of the offense right now. I would just say this. Roethlisberger used to talk all the time after camp about how he used to throw interceptions on purpose.
Yeah.
Because just to see how a defensive back would react or how a wide receiver would react to an underthrown ball, something like that.
Right.
A guy like Aaron Rodgers, he's there to stay sharp. He's not J.J. McCarthy who has something to prove. He's not anybody. He's a guy that's 41 years old. He knows
Yeah.
what to do. So if you see the offense struggling in any way, shape, or form, I think it's basically because they're just trying to kind of merge and blend and get everything together. They're not under any sort of pressure, regardless of what the media is going to throw on them. No pressure whatsoever. I'll worry about it in week one,
point.
not anything before that. So we're tight on time. So
No, that's good points. On location, 10 seconds. All right, we're back. Hey, great points, Ragin' Roadie. I concur with you again. Rarely do we agree on 80% of stuff here, so I respect you on that. And just a great show tonight. Smoking Jim got his lollipop. Remember when you were in kindergarten, you could bring something in and share with everybody? He didn't go to kindergarten in Gateway.
yeah, I didn't get one of those.
Right.
I just happened to notice that.
I know.
Can't help but notice I'm not
Just had to bring it up.
enjoying one of those.
So I'm
treats.
going to end the show on that happy note. Stay Joey strong.